Hello everyone and welcome back to another exclusive episode of the Padel Pulse Podcast powered by TSH Padel. We are here in the Newgiza iconic venue, Ismaeel. The finals of the CIB Newgiza P2 just ended. Chingotto Galán taking down Paquito Navarro and Jon Sanz. Ari and Paula taking down Salazar and Calvo. Dominant matches. But to start off, we have to talk about the ones, the onlys, the kings at the moment of Padel, Ismaeel. Chingotto and Galán win this tournament, take home 500 points, inch closer in that FIP World No.1 race. Now less than 1,500 points between them. And as we move on to the FIP World Cup Pairs, which has 2,000 points on the line. Before we talk about that and who we think was gonna win that one, thoughts on Chingotto and Galán and their dominant run in this iconic CIB Newgiza tournament.
Guys, that was unreal. I was hoping we were gonna get more of a match today. This puppy was done in under an hour. They came out with a mission and they went and they were here to secure it. Unfortunately, I thought that Paquito's experience and Jon's experience would, counter some of the momentum and dominance that Ali Galán and Chingotto just have, but
the strategy wasn't working for them today.
I don't know what strategy would have worked. It just felt like they were too big. Galán, when we're watching live here, I felt like he was a giant on the court. There is no area on the court that's safe with him.
He's so aggressive.
And he's so aggressive. You can't go anywhere, and you don't know what you need to do. And Paquito and Jon, I thought the nerves probably got a little bit of the best of them, maybe a little bit more Jon. It was not his best first set, considering the level that he showed yesterday, which was incredible. Yeah. It's such a shame for him.
Night and day in comparison of level.
Yeah, it's a shame for him because he was playing amazing. I thought that that first set they were out of it. They were out of it completely. It's the experience that allowed them to come and punch them in the mouth. Galán and Chingotto, they just came in, quick punch in the mouth, quick break right away, and then it was gone. The first set was gone. We felt it was gone, and then the second set there was a bit of fight in the beginning, but then they lost it completely. It was so impressive. It was so impressive how well Galán and Chingotto handled the moment, and then were able to bring their best level in the final.
Yeah, it was great level. I think they were very aggressive today. And I think the strategy that Sanz and Paquito were doing today, I don't know. I felt like they were waiting also for the match to go longer. The conditions, Javier yesterday, he was trying to smash as hard as he could, and it wasn't really flying. Today, Galán was really hitting it so powerful.
I'll tell you, Galán makes you feel like the conditions are ripe for smashing. Which is not the case.
Yeah, true. I felt like, what? How in the world is he smashing like that?
Paquito Navarro has one of the best smashes on tour. He didn't go for one.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah. I don't think he went for one. And
Johnny Boy went for one.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It was working for a few.
But also, no, he did try another one, and then Galántico just won the last second.
Yeah.
Flick.
Yeah, and Galán was perfect every time he got in the smash, except for one in the first game, I think, which Paquito got, when he knocked it out. Other than that, I think he was perfect with smashes.
Yeah, I think the difference there is that maybe every time you leave any gap open with Ali Galán and Federico Chingotto, they're gonna capitalize on that really well. And I think that was the thing. Maybe they could have hung in a little bit longer. Maybe they forgot that they're playing a step higher than Javier and Bergamini, because I think Bergamini and Javier were they were, I wouldn't say a little passive, but they weren't really going for it. I think Chingotto and Galán today were going for it right when they saw any crack, and that was really, the points were over really quickly as opposed to last match when they had so.
To me, watching them live, and, I just saw the complementarity that these two have, because Chingotto, I feel like he's the one jabbing. He keeps jabbing. And then you have this other beast on the other side. Galán, who comes with that right hook and just ends points. Yeah. And watching it live, we know it, right? But watching it live, you can see how Chingo's he's just go slow. And I don't know the aggressive part that you're talking about. I don't think he was aggressive. And then Galántico comes in the end and just ends it. And it's just, and you're watching that's a complete team. It's a complete team how they play together, and we always say they complement each other in the best way possible. And watching it live, I can't say more than it's 1,000% true.
Chingotto's so fast.
He's so fast. He's so fast. He's in every point. There's no ball that's safe on the court, especially like on either side.
Yeah.
And also Galán is hunting the whole time. You know, even when they're playing to Chingotto, Galán's like coming in like, I dare you to put it down the middle. Like, I dare you. And then if they do just, you know, miss it just a little bit down the middle, he's gonna eat it. You know, he's gonna pop it out, or he's gonna come in with an aggressive volley. Like, they are not safe. Like, I thought they were actively avoiding him for most of the match.
It did work, but I told you guys yesterday it's going to come down to Sanz against Chingotto, and Sanz was out of sorts the entire match. And
he got injured in the end, or
he cramped, but since the first game we saw return errors early on, Ismaeel, and you hate those. And when you
hate those, and I think it was nerves. I think it was nerves.
It has to be, because yesterday we're saying we can't even remember where there was a misstep from Jon Sanz against Lealen Bergamini.
He was perfect yesterday.
So he was perfect yesterday. Something was different on the big stage.
You're going up against like elite guys, so they're a big step, as opposed to like having Lealen Bergamini.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit intimidated by them and the moment, and then they were not able to claw back in.
It's also not easy. Like, it's not that he could be ready, he could be focused, but you're playing against the best players in the world, arguably right now. Like, they're the hottest team on tour by far.
That's fair. That's fair in one sense. But I'm telling you, like, that point, like, so many unforced errors. Not even Jon Sanz doesn't.
Maybe you could say they're forced a bit.
Like, I can't say return is forced.
Some were unforced, like a return error, or like a bajada error, or like a bandeja error. Johnny doesn't miss those.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss those.
It forces you to think another thought, like to have another thought. Is this the right shot? Is this the right shot?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. He's forced to think much more. Like, is Galán there? Is he coming in? Is he gonna cheat now? Do I need to play it soft? Do I need to play? Like, he's definitely thinking, and his mind is moving too fast. I think that's a fair point. I think the mind is moving too fast, which leads to some of what we'll claim are unforced errors from the eyes. But there's definitely something in the processing part that's affecting it.
You know, my conclusion after watching this entire tournament, we watched it from the first second to the last second, and the level that Chingotto and Galán are, and obviously Coello and Tapia are not here, but the level that they're on, like, the gap is so big between them and everyone else. Because they just ran through everyone.
It's scary.
And Paquito and John, we said they're playing the best out of everyone else. And they just ran through them like it was nothing, and and Coello and Tapia are not here, right? But we can imagine they're right there, and they're on that level, and actually they're even higher. So when it comes down to it, and then you think of, okay, then if this is actually the gap between them and everyone else, then I don't know what these guys are thinking, because Chingotto and Galán are they're on a completely different level. Coello and Tapia are up there, and all these guys have so much to do to be able to even compete with them.
Yeah, I would add to that, Haroon, is that for me, just Galán looks like a cheat code. Like, when you're watching him live, it really feels like he is a cheat code. He's so big. First of all, his stature, you don't really get to appreciate it on TV, on screen, but when you see him live, and just the way he glides. I mean, we talked about it yesterday, but he's gliding. How many times did they actually try to attack Ali Galán in the back, and they just cannot kill him? He does not die.
Remember that point when they're like 4 of the hardest volleys they could hit with the most amount of slice they can hit, and he's just bringing them back and back and back and back. He can get down as low as Chingotto, and he can jump as high as the tallest person we have on tour.
And he's getting them with spice, like Haroon says. Like, he's getting them, he's putting them in a problematic situation. Like, they need to come up with another great shot. Like, they had to win points like 3-4 times, you know, to win the same point. Like, it's not
and you
fair.
can sense the frustration, because even after when they win the points, they are so hyped that they just want to point. Then I look at the scoreboard, and it's like it's 15-30. It's not like they won a big point. It's just to get 15-30.
Yeah, especially early in that second set when they had like 2-all, I think, and then to force 2-all, Sanz was going crazy after every smash he was hitting, and they were both going crazy. Like, that's just the amount of energy it takes just to play against Chingotto and Galán. But also, guys, this is something that happens consistently with Chingotto and Galán. The chemistry. I love to talk about this, because the chemistry, after every single point, they're hugging each other. They're like, bow, 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 and like they're like getting their heads close to each other. Like, come on. Like, that chemistry, you always see it with them. After every single point, It's crazy.
Yeah, the difference between them and every other partnership is it's really a brotherhood type of relationship for them and Coello and Tapia, I guess. But you know, for most of the other ones, it's business, and you could tell it on the court. And we talked about this yesterday. I love the body language. I love it. I love hearing the way they talk to each other. I just love it. Like, it's so positive, like all the time, like the way they encourage each other, and they're non-stop talking. Yeah. They're non-stop before their turn, before this, like, it's elite. And I think this is like really like young players need to note of this type of communication. Like, it is so elite.
I have to say though, I love the Jon Sanz Paquito Navarro energy. It's captivating. Fans love it. Like, even just you watch John afterwards. Going crazy, and like, it's fun, and then they go and then they chest bump all the time, like
they're fiery dudes.
At the end of the day, this is entertainment, right? And then what they're doing, they're putting on a show, and boy, do they put on a show. They lost 6-1, 6-2 in this match, but they put on a show just with the energy and how they fight, and you're like this. I feel like I feel it. I feel their emotions.
They complement each other very well, and like personality-wise, I think it's a really good fit.
It's a great energy team.
Yeah,
like, they're a great paddle team. But like Ismaeel, and you said this, I think, from the very first tournament they played together, they are an amazing team together in terms of energy.
Yeah.
And when it's positive, oh my God, it's spectacular. Just unfortunately, they went up against two guys, Chingotto, who I don't think made one mistake this match, and Galantico, who has no idea if there's a paddle player that can even compete with him on this planet right now. And I know guys might say Tapia, but in the past month and a half, we want to be recency bias, he's right there. Like, there's no one that's able to compete with him at the moment.
Yeah, that's very tough. They ran into a train. And Johnny won the crowd today, right? Like, Johnny was fighting. Yeah. Even after 6-1 in that first set, we're like, are they gonna go away? Johnny was fighting, and he was like excited after every point, and he was there. Yeah. He was there. Paquito's there, but you know, he has a little bit also a bit of like a cool type of way of taking things sometimes.
Yeah.
But Johnny was there, and like, even watching Johnny, like some points I would just watch Johnny only. I wouldn't watch anyone else, and this is one of the cool things you get to experience when you're watching live.
Yeah.
And I can see like Jon Sanz, like
you picked the point of view.
Yeah, my point of view was Johnny, and Yousef. We're gonna drop some of these videos, right? But Johnny's just like, he's hyping himself up. He's talking to himself. He's like getting himself in the zone.
Yeah.
And then some points he was using the crowd. Like, I wish he would have used it a bit more because it was so electric when he did it.
Yeah. And they just gave him no chance.
Yeah, they gave him no chance.
No chance.
You need to win points so they can use the crowd, and points were hard to come by today.
Yeah.
Not only games, points.
Yeah, but these conditions prove like Chingotto Galán, their versatility, right? Because they won, remember that major in Rome, it was hot there and the ball was flying, and then they come here in this Newgiza super slow surface that you can't even smash, and they're winning here also. So like, the versatility also that Chingotto and Galán have as a team really is spectacular to see.
Yeah.
Really would have wanted to see Coello and Tapia also in these conditions.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to see it. Well, I guess
next year.
We're going to get to see it soon, because this is a back-to-back swing right here in this Arab region swing, if you want to call it that, going into Kuwait and then going into Dubai. So I'm guessing, and he also said, remember afterwards in the ceremony, and he's like, yeah, he's already thinking of the next one.
Yeah,
he's already thinking of the FIP World Championships, and I'm happy with this level. Let's continue this level going into Kuwait. And I think Kuwait is going to be the decider for how this thing ends by the end of the season. So can't wait for that. But on the other side, guys, as much as the men's tournament and Chingotto and Galán, what they did there was dominance. What Ari Sanchez and Paula Josemaria did on the women's side was absolute dominance also, if not more dominant.
Yeah.
Martin Calvo, and we all said unanimously that Ari and Paula are going to win this match. The unanimous thing worked today, but sometimes, like, even our unanimous curse can't stop a freight train coming, and we couldn't stop the Chingalan one, of course, and the Ari and Paula one. Martina Calvo, first tournament history maker. Already what she did is historic, right? And Salazar back into a final, maybe gets her hand on that trophy, unable to do it, and lost in tough fashion, getting bageled in the first set, and then second set losing, what was 6-2, I forget.
No, they got bageled in the second. First one was 6-3.
Oh, bageled in the second, sorry, 6-3, 6-love, sorry for that. So, Ismaeel, thoughts on Ari and Paula doing what they do?
Well, we talked about this, guys, yesterday. I told you, Ari and Paula, they're so seasoned. Yesterday, they were able to escape that tough battle with that win because of their experience as world number ones. They have the mental edge. And I told you, I love it when a team has a tough semi-final battle and then they go into the final. I feel like it gives them a nice test, you know, and they build even more confidence when you get such a tough win.
Yeah.
And they were on the brinks of defeat, double break point down at 4-all. I thought they saw death and they came out alive. And today, I really thought they were going to manage, you know, Alejandra Salazar and Martin Calvo, because they have the experience. They know how to handle finals. First time for
not for Salazar, but definitely for Calvo.
For Calvo, it's her first final. They know how to handle it. They also know how to handle young players. Haroon, you talked about that also yesterday. Like, this was a perfect condition for them. Like, they like this, playing this type of team.
Yeah.
You know, and they're very good at adapting to conditions and situations. They managed the first set. The first set was spicy. There were moments, by the way, just to let you know, the scoreline does not reflect how tight the first set was.
Yeah.
Calvo and Salazar had chances to break back. They had chances to get that first set or to squeak a competition in the first set. But then the second set was all about cool, composed Ari and Paula, knowing how to handle that fire. I thought...
I think they lost hope. I think Calvo and Salazar lost hope.
I think it's a mix, Yousef, of the lost hope and also trying to force things, losing patience and not trusting your game plan. And, you know, they sense it. Ari and Paula, they know that. They can see it. They feel it, and they took advantage of that today. And that's why they are former world number ones, and they are on their ways to fighting back for that title, aren't they?
The score doesn't do it justice, though, in my opinion. Like, I felt like the points were really close.
The second set does it justice. The first set, fine. But second set, I feel like they crushed them. They crushed them.
Yeah, sure, fine, score-wise, but still, I felt like they were still fighting. I felt like they were. I didn't feel like they
were fighting.
I didn't feel like they lost hope.
Even when they were down 4-love, they were actually cheering themselves on.
Maybe the second half of the second set, maybe that's where the hope started to go away a bit. But however, all the points to me were like really fun to watch. They're really interesting, really.
No, it
really,
was a fun match.
Passionate.
It was definitely a fun match.
Yeah.
I would even say it might have been more fun than the second one at some points, you know?
Kind of. And I want to give credit to Martina Calvo also, because she was trying. She really thought that this is the time for her to lift her title, and she was trying to go for it. But yeah, like you said, Ari and Paula are still cool and calm, and they know how to handle these big moments. And that's where experience comes, because it's not easy to play your big game in these big moments, and they did so well. And Salazar was trying to bring her leadership qualities, bring that seasoned veteran part there, but she was also making some unforced errors, some mistakes there, and they were really going to her. And then they forced Martina Calvo also to get frustrated. Maybe the conditions of like going bandeja, and they were still coming back with Ari Power just returning it back again, another ball. And maybe that's when the frustration started to come out from Martina Calvo. And then and then unforced error after like the 20th ball rally. Then it's I feel like then that's where you feel like all hope is lost a bit, where I'm doing everything and I'm still losing. So what am I supposed to do?
They were able to exploit the weaknesses that team has. Like Calvo, in a way, has the tendencies to be more aggressive, maybe, and have less patience. And Salazar's on the older side, right? So she can't move as well. So they were even coming to her. They're smashing her side most of the time, and they were trying to play more aggressive with her, and they're not slowing down, because if you slow down the pace with Salazar and she takes control of the entire court. So they didn't allow both of those things to happen, which is why they did what they did. And you know, they're as hungry as Chingalan are. They want that world number one thing again. It's the dream that they want to reclaim again. Chingalan, one step closer. Ari and Paula, also one step closer.
Yeah. But they're not thinking about the rankings, though. They were asked about the ranking and the points and all these things, and said, we're not thinking about that. Something that you just, in the end of the year.
That's the same thing, by the way, that Delphi Breya said in the early months of the season. They asked her, like, oh, world number one, it's coming close. Actually, Gemma is back as world number one on her own. Are you thinking about it? And she's like, and most of these top players do that. They're like, we're thinking of the performances, and we do our best and try to perform our best. And when you do that, the rankings will come. And a few months after that, she was world number one alongside Gemma Triay. So that's exactly how they approach these things, and which is proof right there about Ari and Paula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to also just note just a final thought for me about Ari and Paula, because again, I was zooming in about their partnership and like watching them closely, how Ari and Paula talk, and also same thing, you know, just very type
positive.
of mature, positive type of communication.
Yeah.
They're talking to each other before the returns, talking to each other after they lose a point, like staying together, connected. Like I really felt they had I don't know if I want to say better, because, you know, Martin Calvo and Alejandra Salazar also had good body language on court.
Yeah.
But maybe the frequency of communication I thought was more with Ari and Paula. You know, like they're talking to each other a lot more. Also, a big age gap between Martina and Alejandra, right? It's
Like-
21 years of difference between the two.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how much that plays into it, but just that Ari and Paolo, they're talking consistently, and you know, positive feedback loops I felt between them, and I think these small things matter.
Yeah. You guys think that Coello Tapia skipped this tournament and Geometria and Delphi Brea skipped this tournament? Like the number two, so Chingalan and Ari and Paolo, they have momentum going into this FIP World Cup Pairs?
I think that's definitely something that is on their side right now, to have momentum to play almost everybody on tour, like everybody except the number ones. Like you get a chance to play with them in very heated moments in a lot of different conditions. So I think that favors them for sure, and they have the momentum going into a big tournament. You're now rested, yes, but you don't have the feel of the court. You don't have the feel of how is everybody playing right now? How did everybody develop their game? What's working well for them? What's not? You have to study it on film. So it's different than feeling it also on court.
Double-edged sword, huh?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, but I think, you know, we saw Ari and Paula and Chingalan, they look pretty healthy.
Yeah.
They look good. So if you're looking healthy and strong,
They finished quick. Like this is exactly how they wanted
a
it to play
perfect
out.
scenario for them. It's very hard for me to believe that they don't have the momentum going in. And yeah, now, especially Chingalan, last time they faced Coello Tapia, they won.
Yeah.
So they must be feeling extra good.
2-1 in the last three.
They're on a winning streak right now.
Yeah, so they should feel really good going, and no one's able to compete other than Coello Tapia. So I definitely think they have the edge, Yousef.
Yeah, also, I agree too. I agree. I think, you know, because all players, in any sport, they say nothing gets you ready like competition. Coello Tapia can be practicing 10 hours a day, but it's not the same when you go back onto a court. And this is now 2 weeks of a break, and Chingalan have been competing. So yeah, I think that's also an advantage for Chingalan going into Kuwait.
I definitely think so too.
Yeah. You know, guys, before we make our picks about what happens in this FIP World Cup Pairs in Kuwait, 2,000 points worth, lots on the line. We were here at the iconic CIB Newgiza P2 tournament. Shout out to Newgiza Sports Club for giving us the access that we had this week. Shout out to Red Bull for letting us do very interesting stuff with them that we can't wait to share with you guys. Also Premier Padel for allowing us to interview some guys that we can't wait also to share. But guys, Ismaeel, let me come to you. Haroon, you didn't get to spend as much time, so I'll come to Ismaeel first.
But the time I had, I enjoyed.
You did have enjoyment, and I'm gonna let you speak. But Ismaeel, just your thoughts on the vibes and this entire week overall as an experience.
Man, oh man, I think this tournament is really special. I really think it's special, and not just because of the venue. And I talked to you guys about I love the venue, but it's such an intimate tournament and a cozy feeling between the players and the fans, and the conditions and the weather is fantastic, and the variation that you get to see, and all the top players. Like, you get to have such a crazy, wonderful experience when you're at the Newgiza P2. You get to see all the top players. You get to see them up close and personal. You get to see them warm up. You get to see them go get food. You might run into them playing basketball, as we saw on the courts. They might be watching the local football team play, like the club football team. They might be hanging out with kids, you know. It's such a cool feel, and it's not like an arena where you're all cooped up. No, like the players are actually engaged with the community here, and they're engaging with young Egyptian fans and with older fans. And you know, we're talking about you can talk with some of the parents of the players. Like, how lovely is that of an experience? You know, it's not only about the paddle. The paddle was exquisite. I told you, I love the conditions. It brings out amazing paddle. We get amazing upsets every year, more drama, more stories, which we need to grow the sport. But also just the vibes of the tournament are truly elite. The organization is fantastic. The club is amazing. You know, we got to talk a lot of the volunteers, also the ushers, and it's just good vibes all around, you know. And I can't think of an event that has such good vibes and such an elite product in terms of the quality of the paddle, you know, that you get to watch of the sport all throughout the time, all throughout the week. And so, man, it's so fun. It's so fun. I'm so grateful that we got to be a part of it, and I really hope, you know, you guys comment and tell us what you liked about what we did, and so we can do more of it too.
Haroon, you had to spend 2 days, the two big days. You were able to come down and attend these 2 days with us. Your thoughts?
Yeah, something like everything Ismaeel said, like I fully agree with. Like he said it all very, very, very well.
Yeah.
However, I want to say something about the fans. The fans coming here, by the way, they're all really passionate fans. They all know Padel.
You're
so
right.
it's not like there's some like a tournament where the fans don't really know what they're watching. Like
Absolutely.
they all have experience playing the game, have experience watching the sport. They know the different storylines, which makes it more fun because they're more engaged.
Yeah.
So
I love that point, Haroon. I love that point. You know, we talk about what's the best tennis crowd. I think Egypt low-key
very nice
has
crowd.
one of the best paddle crowds. Like, everyone knows the sport. They know the players. It's a very well-educated paddle crowd and community.
You know, because people like to use in business customer feedback, right? Lucas Bergamini, he loves playing in Egypt and he feels it's a special place. Javi Garrido, same exact thing. Sofia Araujo, same exact thing. Ali Galan enjoyed it so much that I wanted to win here so bad. Like, so many different testimonials from players is proof that they absolutely loved it. Javi Lial, I'm 100% if you ask him, he'd probably tell you I was out of this world of how much fun I had.
Yeah.
Johnny Boy, Jon Sanz was the DJ. He was having the time of his life. And you could think, Paquito Navarro, when was the last time we saw Paquito dance with fans?
Yeah.
He was dancing with fans.
That was amazing.
After the semi-final, he's dancing with it, Paquito Navarro. Like, the vibes were awesome. But you know, to me, what I would compare this tournament with, to me, it's like, I feel like it's Padel Disneyland. Yeah. Because in Disneyland, when I'm walking around and I say, oh, that's Goofy, that's Mickey, that's I don't know, whatever, pick any Disney character. And then I was like, we're walking around, we just walked in, and then I'm walking in the first 30 seconds, and we know Berga. I'm like, hey, Berga, and I went to go talk to Berga for a bit. And then you walk in a bit, and then Ari Sanchez is walking in your face. Teo and Alonso just coming from behind. And like, if you're a paddle fan and you're up close with these people, and if you're a young player and you see these guys up close, like, it's heaven. It's heaven to be able to be around them and to be, like, you touch them in a way and you can say hi to them. And they'll sign your shirts. They'll talk to you for a bit. We have TSH Jimmy. He talked with nearly everyone. They talked to Lial a bit, talked to Sanchez a bit. Like you said, Sofia Araujo's dad, like, that's what like this venue, it's iconic. And you know, they said we don't want to change it. Even the premier paddle people, like, they're like, no. And then like Khaled Shawarbi, the CEO and the tournament director, the CEO of the club and the tournament director, is like, we're making a big venue on the other side of town. Do you guys want to shift it there? And they're like, no, we love this venue. Yeah. And we agree. We absolutely love this venue.
It's amazing. You can be ordering, you can grab burgers with Paula Josemaria. Yeah. You can end up eating with Edo Alonso. Like, really, there are no limits to what can happen to you as a fan here. Yeah. I love the expression, Yousef, of Padel Disneyland. Newgiza P2, Padel Disneyland. If you are a Padel fan, you need to get over to the Newgiza P2. Like, it is the event of the year. It's just not to be missed. Yeah. Like, the venue is iconic, and just the tournament experience is out of this world.
It's so intimate.
It's so intimate, and the fans Egyptians love paddle. Yeah. They know paddle. Like, this is, I think this is also why they love coming here, because not only do you get the beautiful experience at the Newgiza Club, which is fantastic, but you know, the Egyptian fans are so warm and they're so knowledgeable about the sport, which makes it so iconic.
It's such a great point, because you know, we've seen the evolution, like, of the sport, right? But the evolution of the fandom and the knowledge that the fans have from the first time that we came to this tournament to where we are now watching this tournament. I was talking to young boys, like, and they're not like 10 years old, 11 years old, and they're like, they told me, challenge me, let's shoot the content, and she told me, challenge me about anything in paddle. Like, that's a young kid, imagine. So you're talking about young kids, and then you can talk to older people, and they're all asking you different things, like, what do you think of this partnership? What do you think of this team up? All these different things that the conversation that you have with them, and then on the court, they know what's going on. They know the storylines. They know the Bergamini against Paquito, and then there's some spice there. So all the, like, I love the knowledge that the fans have. But Ismaeel, I think the biggest thing for us, and Haroon, the biggest thing that we had, to be able to talk with guys and people that watch what we do.
Yeah, amazing. You guys were so awesome. Like, the TSH Padel, the Padel Pulse Pod community. Like, this was my favorite part by far. Yousef, I was waiting to make this point. Like, getting a chance to talk with some of the people who watch our community. I don't want to say fans. I feel like our friends.
No, it's
like,
not,
are the people who like
this crew.
Padel. Like, the Padel lovers like us. Hardcore Padel fans,
we're not
like
lovers,
us.
We're addicts.
Addicts.
We are Padel addicts.
Hardcore. and we met so many of you like us, and it was just so awesome to share that experience with them, whether they were young 7, 8-year-old kids who were like interested about paddle, or older, you know, people who are in their 40s and 50s talking to us about who's gonna win the match. Like, it was so fun getting talked to with all the paddle addicts like us out there. By far my favorite moment. My favorite thing about this tournament.
From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you guys for coming up to us and talking to us, because, you know, we put so much work behind the scenes, and sometimes we don't get to see people that appreciate the work that we do, and it's only because we feel like we want to talk about the sport, and the fact that you guys come up to us and tell us how much you love what we do and love just paddle in general, like, it gives us so much juice, you know, moving forward. Like, let's shoot 10 podcasts next week. Like,
I'm down. I'm ready to shoot content, shoot more paddle episodes here till next year. I'm juiced up.
We're not going anywhere. We're gonna keep doing this thing. Next week we have the FIP World Cup Pairs in Kuwait, and then the week after that we have the Dubai P1, and we're gonna drop so many interesting things along the way. But it's an absolute joy to see that there are fans out there like us, that are addicts like us, that they want to have this conversation.
Yeah.
And we shot with some of you guys some content, but, you know, we wanted to shoot so much more, and next time we'll come more prepared, because I don't think we expected that there were so many people out there that are this knowledgeable and want to have these interactions.
Yeah.
But next time, we promise we will be prepared to do more fun stuff. We have lots of nice ideas that can interact us all together. But thank you guys for watching our stuff. It was an absolute joy to spend this week with you, to sit down in the stands with you guys, to talk with you guys, to take pictures, all these different things, take videos. It was an absolute joy. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You guys, do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to everyone, and reach out to us. Yeah, tag us in the comments, tag us on Instagram, TikTok, wherever. We see it all, and we want to interact with you. And if you're doing some paddle stuff, you know, let us know. We'd love to collaborate in some way. Who knows where the world of paddle takes us next?
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Our picks for the FIP World Cup Pairs going down this week in Kuwait, the biggest tournament of the season probably. We've been seeing videos of it. It looks iconic. Coello Tapia are back. Geometry and Delphi Brea are back. The big boys, the big girls are going to be in town to play this tournament. Ismaeel, Haroon, ready to make some picks?
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
World Cup Pairs, 2,000 points on the line. Geometry back, Delphi Brea back, Bea Gonzalez back, Claudia Fernandez back, and of course Ari and Paula and everyone else. Ismaeel, who wins the FIP World Cup Pairs on the women's side?
I'm so impressed with what I just saw here in Egypt at the Newgiza P2. It was unbelievable. The level, the camaraderie, the composure that I saw from Ari and Paula. Consider me biased, but I don't know what to say. It was amazing what I saw from them. I am 100% in on Ari and Paula. I think they're gonna lift the trophy there.
Haroon, who do you have? Come on.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go against my favorite player, Paula Josemaria. I'm gonna go with Delphi Brea and Geometry. I think that these are the world #1s, and they're gonna come with so much fire. Even though Paula Josemaria and Ari Sanchez just won this title, but I think it's gonna be the world #1s that they're gonna win this one.
You know, this season, every single time when majors happen, when someone had to rise up to the occasion more than anyone else, it has been Geometry and Delphi Brea. So as much as I love what Ari and Paula did here, I am going with Geometry and Delphi Brea to lift the FIP World Cup Pairs trophy and to claim another 2,000 points in this 2025 iconic season.
Amazing. Let's see what happens.
Well, on the men's side, the kings of paddle will be back. Coello and Tapia in Kuwait. Chingotto and Galán coming off of back-to-back titles in Kuwait. The fight for world #1 is as fierce as it's been in a long, long time. So Ismaeel, who wins the FIP World Cup Pairs in Kuwait?
I just told you guys, Ali Galán looks like an alien from another planet live. It's so hard to go against him. You feel like anyone next to him is gonna dominate. But you know, Coello and Tapia, they don't lose 2 in a row. It hasn't happened before, and they've been gearing up. Coello's pissed that he lost that last match. I definitely feel a sour taste in his mouth after that bagel. I just can't believe that they're not going to have the best bounce back, and they always show up for these big tournaments. So I am regretfully, although I'm mesmerized by what I saw from Chingalan, but I just think that Coello and Tapia are going to be ready for it, and I think Coello and Tapia are going to take the World Cup.
Haroon,
Vamos, Ale. Vamos, Ale. Vamos, Fede. Federico Chingotto and Ale Galán.
Now you're back on the
Federico
train.
Chingotto.
Now you're back on the train.
What I saw, that was an amazing level. And Galán said in his post-tournament interview, he said, I am thinking about Kuwait, and he's fired about Kuwait. Coello didn't forget. Galán did not forget. He did not forget. And so did Federico Chingotto. Fede, I believe in you. Ale, I believe in you. Federico Chingotto and Ale Galán are going to win this.
Oh my God, so I have to break the tie. I have to break the tie. In the beginning, I was going one way, but now I'm leaning towards another way. Then let me continue. Let me continue to be, I think I am the ambassador of this fandom, and I am going to go with Fede Chingotto and Ali Galán to continue their run at the top of the game and make it back titles for this team, and they will be fighting for world #1 by the end of this season. And this one is going to make a big cut into that lead.
I mean, now it hurts my heart that I went against Ali Galán. I love Ali Galán.
But we can't have it unanimous.
I love Ali.
You did it for the unanimous.
I did it for the unanimous, but Ali Galán, I am your guy, man. I loved watching you. It was incredible.
In the beginning,
he's awesome, but I'm going with Coello Tapia just for this.
In the beginning, I was going Coello Tapia. Then when I asked you guys that question of the momentum of taking a break and continuing, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should shift. So Chingalan, they look healthy, which is the biggest thing, right? They're not fatigued in any way. So going to Kuwait, they have 2 days probably to recover.
And I think we're going to see a blockbuster.
Chingalan.
I hope for a blockbuster.
Chingalan didn't play a lot of paddle this tournament.
No, they did not.
They didn't play a lot. It was also very quick, all of their matches.
Yeah. Under an hour today, Haroon.
So you can call it practice.
They have Sunny.
Maybe they didn't practice enough.
Yeah, maybe they didn't practice enough, actually. Maybe Coello Tapia are even more
tired.
Sunny and Gonza stepped on the court for like 3 minutes, and then they had to practice for like an hour and a half in the sun just to break a sweat.
Yeah.
So we're gonna find out. Those are our picks for the next week. FIP World Cup Pairs, one of the biggest tournaments of the season going down. Let's see how it goes down. Let us know who you think is going to win that tournament. We're split. Chingotto Galán here. Coello and Tapia here. Let us know what you think.
You guys get to see who's behind the scenes also supporting. You guys saw them here throughout the tournament. They were with you guys. They were shooting all the cool highlights. They've been here. They've been supporting us for the entire week, and all the paddle activity and all TSH activity. Yeah. They're here. This is our team.
Shout out to the rest of the team that's also not with us here.
Yeah.
And they're also doing a lot of amazing things behind the scenes.
And if you've taken pictures with us, please send them our way.
Yeah, send them.
Because we want to make a collage. We want to post it.
We'll
we want to thank you
We're
guys.
going to post it online.
And next week we're going to be back talking about the FIP World Cup in Kuwait.
Yeah, we'll be back. Shout out to TSH Kimo, TSH Adham, TSH Abdu, the rest of our crew. You know, we'll see you. We're going to keep doing this stuff. Let us know. Subscribe. We'll see you next time.
¡Vamos, vamos, vamos!